All right, welcome to episode 4 of the Cut the Mic podcast presented by True to Self. I'm your co-host Braulio, joined along with my fellow co-hosts Eddie and Gio. Fellas,
Sir,
how we doing today?
not much. Episode 4, I'm excited. You
Episode
know,
4, here we are. Yeah, it's next month will be about the 1 month anniversary, so still got a week out, but we're here. Just as always, quick little mentions here at the beginning. So we're always live Friday 9 p.m. Eastern time. That will stay the same. So come check us out live on Twitch. And then we do post on our YouTube channel as well as some social media, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube channel episode 3 is now up and available to watch. Cut the Mic podcast. And then our IG page is cut_the_mic_podcast. And our TikTok is True to Self. So we have some clips on there from last week's episode. My take on Kanye's and Ty Dolla $ign's Vultures 1, and Edmund's Taylor Swift take, which we could talk about a bit again this week. But go
yeah,
check it out. Go roast my boy in the comments. Yeah, go have fun with that.
he caught enough heat. I just want to say, one, this is technically the last episode of February. We're gonna complete our first month.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. February is a short month, but
Uh,
it's been fun with doing this every Friday, guys. So excited to continue it next month. This will just continue the journey. More and better things to come next month too. So we have some exciting plans. Not gonna give it all away right now, but definitely some
mhm.
some stuff in the works for next month. So, but yeah, let's just kind of start off how we always do. How was your guys' week? Short week, at least for people who work 9 to 5s Monday through Friday. How was y'all week?
I had the shortest week, I feel like. Um, the shortest work week, but it
Y'all
was
didn't work
valid.
Monday, right?
Well,
Y'all didn't,
Well,
Edmund,
or
if,
oh yeah,
if
you
you
were traveling.
yeah,
I
if you
forgot.
recall
Yeah,
from
yeah.
last week, his birthday was Monday, but yeah, for everyone else, Monday was a holiday. It was President's Day or Washington's birthday, as it's known by now.
I actually had to take that day off from my own personal bank because we don't got that holiday off.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't have it off.
But
Working at a restaurant.
that's tough. That's tough.
but I mean, yeah, I think I got a chance to change locations for a little bit. As you all know, we're all from Boston, but I currently live in Portland, Oregon, right now, and I got a chance to go visit the sunny LA. And it wasn't so sunny the whole time. There was actually a lot of rain on everywhere I went. It felt like, but I still got a chance to enjoy some sunshine, beautiful weather, beautiful people, amazing food. Uh, just enjoying that California breeze, And of course, it was my birthday, so woo,
Did you get lit?
26 years old. Yeah, no, I got lit. We went out. We had a time. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I
It's
think
good to
I
hear.
drank a little bit too much. I didn't pass out or nothing, but the boy Semi was able to take care of me, and also some folks that we met out there. So it was
Nice.
a good time. I think just experiencing a whole lot of different crowds, a lot of different people, and yeah, coming
Network
back,
first.
trying to. I feel like everybody's always networking. It's so weird.
That's what you got to do.
Like it's. I mean, that's just how it is out there. But who
Yeah.
knows?
Next time,
Yeah.
don't go in February again. Go in the summer. Enjoy it when it's popping
Hey,
out there.
knowing me, I'll probably be back there in the next few months. Honestly.
Good.
Mhm. I mean, you went to the
So
Val event, so that's also good.
that too, something different. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I feel like gamers get a bad rep, but I think the demographic for gamers has definitely changed, and I think for the better. There's a lot of just regular folks who just enjoy video games out there. I feel as if you still have your weirdos, obviously, but
Wow.
I don't think they. No,
Attacking
I
my
mean it's true.
The
Attack-
Like
creatures
it's
that stay inside and just play video games.
you're
like
attacking my community, my people, man.
no. There were still some people there that were like you could just tell like they haven't had a lot of interaction with people in the outside world in a minute, but like nobody
The light
staying.
hurts them skin.
Yeah, like it wasn't like nothing too crazy or what you expect. Like it was good vibes, cool people, just rivalries and being able to see the Riot Games arena. It's like all the shit that we just like really talk about, and like the shit that we play is just like really fun to see. So no complaints, man. And then just coming back here, busy, short 3 day week for me, but still busy nonetheless. I feel as if sometimes the weeks when you have some days off is when it's really the hardest because you playing catch up. So, but that's how life goes. And then now we're here, month later, y'all. Like fourth episode. I keep telling myself we're really podcast like where we got the mics and everything. Hopefully the Swifties don't come and take away my mic. So we gonna see.
Are our mics justified? I don't know.
I don't know,
Are-
man.
Hey,
Should we
man.
be letting our voice out? I don't know.
Putting
But it's
ourselves
funny.
out there though.
It's
like,
just funny because like when I posted the like Boston Tens and then you posted Taylor Swift stuff, it's just funny thinking like if people would just see us and like who gave them the mic, like who the fuck told them we need to hear their opinion. But you're gonna hear our opinion, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, and hopefully we can incite some conversations and
It's like you look at it as bullshit, and then like I think just hearing it and like reimagining, like I really did say that, and then like watching it back after like going through the editing process and everything, I'm just like, I actually don't sound too crazy. Like I meant what I said. I meant that shit. But if
Stand on
anybody wants to
business.
listen, like you feel me, like it's you either do or you don't. I feel like it's just another element for me streaming and just being willing to find. I don't know. I enjoy doing this. I'm happy I'm doing it with my guys. So
Mm.
it's fun. I think just take that chance. If people don't fuck with us, they don't fuck with us. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna make enemies. Not everybody's gonna like us. That's what I have to figure out, or be okay with.
Like, the people who are rocking with us, I do appreciate the support.
Mhm.
We'll only get better, and I'll get better individually as well when it comes to the content grind. But that was my week. I feel like I was rambling a little bit, but
It's all right.
It's all good.
I actually, you said some things that I resonated with, but before I go, I'll give you the floor since you did mention maybe this week wasn't too different from you with the holiday and all. But how was your week, man?
I mean, Monday was busy, but other than that, this week just flew by. I think
Okay.
my head is like in March because it's like my birthday. Gonna do my taxes and stuff. I feel like March is my money year. So like honestly, I've just been fast forwarding February. Like,
Yeah.
and not. I mean, I've had I had my cousin had a baby and it was his first birthday, so I had that. So I got family time, and then tomorrow my cousin's sweet 16. So like a lot of family time, in these weeks. So that's good. But overall, February just needs to go.
February is always it's a short month. I feel like it always flies by. But I agree with what Edmund said earlier. Sometimes the shortest weeks, man, especially at work, those can be the work doesn't go anywhere. So the shorter the week, it's just more stuff to do in the short week. So I know for me personally, it threw me off. You guys know I thought yesterday was Wednesday, just based on okay, it's my third day working this week. I thought it was Wednesday. I wake up this morning, realize it's Friday. I'm like, oh snap, we're doing the podcast tonight. That's kind of where my head was at all week. So just scrambled and but yeah, just short week but still felt long. Glad to be here though. Honestly, Fridays, this is the highlight of the end of my week every week. As we said, it's week 4. We're just doing this every week. It's fun to get on with you guys, catch up and talk, and just post over the week and see what people are saying, what people are thinking, for the good and the bad. We had some laughs on Edmund's take and the people's commenting in it. So it's just been a fun journey, man. And I mean, like Gio said, it felt like it went by in a blink of an eye, but we're looking towards March already to have some fun. And the first week of March, I feel like is always fun because we'll talk about it more next week, but we have some birthdays in our friend group that early March, so it's always a fun time, a celebratory time. And then it's actually just like March 1st marks a month from my birthday, so that's how I kind of look at it too. So but yeah, that's good to hear that we're all doing good. We all survived the short week that felt long, felt forever. But let's move on to some current events. We kind of already touched on some things, but if you want to share any more stories, Edmund, you having fun out there in LA, your birthday. Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to Semi since he's gone back, but how was that? What did you guys get up to out there? Obviously, the Valorant event you mentioned, but like, what other kind of things were you guys doing out there?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we really, I think, focused on was just being able to enjoy different food. I think uh, this is something that a lot of people debate about some of the bigger major food cities in the states and where we could find good food. And I really think that Boston has some of the best food in terms of because of the diversity and the different cultures. And I think moving to Portland, I've sort of missed that. And I think with my family being out here in the West Coast, I'm sort of looking for a place that has some of that same, I guess, diversity in food and just being able to try different things. So going to LA, I think being able to hit the different food spots. I think like everybody knows Roscoe's. So going
What
back
was
to
the best food you
Roscoe's,
got there?
I think Roscoe's was really valid. You can't go wrong with chicken and waffles. We
Yeah, I gotta
tried
go.
this Colombian food spot. There was like another Jamaican restaurant, or I want to say Jamaican, but it could have been Caribbean, but I think it was Jamaican. So had some fire oxtail, rice and peas, like it was like a lounge too. So the music, the vibes were bumping. And I think just interacting with as many people as possible, bar hopping, catching up with some old friends that I haven't seen since high school, or like since I've been out in LA last. And I think just
Oh, really? I know them. We know them.
yeah,
You got a name drop?
um, no,
Okay.
just,
All right.
just
Fair
people.
enough. Fair enough.
Um, and I think it's really cool just to see how LA is. And I think another part of it is like it's not a secret. I want to move to LA, so looking at apartments and finding, I guess, my next home. And I think I've been able to do that. I think I don't know. There are just baddies everywhere too. Like everywhere you look, it's just like
It is Cali.
it's crazy. I mean,
LA
like
tens.
Yeah.
LA
there's
tens.
beautiful women everywhere though,
There.
but it's I think all
I
women
mean,
are
a lot of
beautiful.
beautiful women are there to pop out and to be in
Like
Cali. So
I think a lot of
the culture.
beautiful women from other different places showed up in Cali. I'll say that.
Mm.
I feel like every single one was from a different place. Like, yeah, I just moved out here, and I think it's just like interesting interacting with other people and like what their story is. And I think it's a good place to go discover yourself if you're still trying to do that. And I think I'm at a place in my life where it could be a part of me turning 26, but I'm looking for a lot of happiness and trying to figure myself out. So I don't know if Cali's going to be the conclusion for that, or it'll be able to help me with that. But I think it'll be a good opportunity to further branch out and reach some of my other goals. So I think, yeah, food, different clubs, lounges, bars, good
Okay.
amount of drinking,
What kind of clubs?
What kind
just
of
regular
drinks?
clubs.
Oh, just regular clubs this time around. It's because I wasn't there, right?
Exactly. No bad influences, bro. We
Oh,
make it
oh,
rain, though.
oh,
We
oh,
like
I'm the influence.
You're the
Wait,
bad influence, bro. We make it rain. We like to fund textbooks, right?
you went to the strippy?
I'm so,
Nah, not this time. This
Uh,
time we're
do
very
they even have good
wholesome.
strip clubs in Cali? Is it like popping like that? Like not in Miami, is it?
just got to scout, bro.
They
Just
have
gotta
that
go.
open like that?
You got to
Can you touch
scout.
them?
They're definitely out there.
Wait, hold on. Cut his mic already. Hold on.
Like, what do you mean? Am I wrong? Like, they out there? Like,
No,
I mean,
no,
No, but it's
Gio.
like, 'cause
Gio
do
said,
they-
"Can you touch him?" Like,
Oh, that's,
But do they?
that's crazy.
I meant more like, do they get like naked? Because I know like some strip clubs, like
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like
yeah.
Rhode Island, Boston, they don't be getting whatever.
oh, you be going
Miami
to
shit on the LA
you be
strip
going
clubs.
you be
Okay,
going out to the strip clubs out here?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
you just
You're bringing
claimed
this
Spend our
up.
money. We
literally.
spend our money smart.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've actually never been to a strip club in Massachusetts or New England, so
No.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I feel like
I haven't gone in LA either, so
I think my best experience was probably Atlanta.
okay. Gio,
Uh,
I gotta go to ATL. I gotta go to a lot of places, man.
Gio, wait,
It's not
remind me, have you been to LA yet or no?
No, I haven't been to
No?
LA.
Okay, okay.
No.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Did you go when you went out to Vegas?
No, what?
He was just in Vegas for like 3 days.
I went to
No,
Vegas.
I know, but did you get a chance to experience like strip clubs in Vegas? Right?
Oh.
Nah, I went with my family. That
We'll
was
talk
not
about
it.
this a different time. But I think this is a whole side tangent and
This is
like
a different. This is a different podcast topic.
like,
Yeah, okay.
it's going crazy.
Alright.
But that was
Bring us
my
back. Bring us back, bro.
Reel
No,
it in,
no,
reel
no,
it in.
no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cut the-
I just wanted to finish off by saying, Edmund, did you enjoy it this time around compared to last time around? Because I remember last time, your general feeling about LA was like a little mixed, and I know you've been there multiple times since, but I'm talking about the time that we went a few years back in February. How did you feel like this time around, or the few times that you have gone since then? Are you like locked in, bought in now? LA's the spot. Like that's where you want to be.
Yes, I think the first time that we went, I think it was my first time out there, and it was nice being with y'all. And I think it gave me like, this is what it is. I think it was just February. I didn't like it wasn't as sunny, you know.
Yeah,
but I
you
would
gotta go
say
in the
like
summer.
weather-wise, like even though it was raining, this time it was like probably a little bit worse at some points, but it was still a good experience, you know. Like I feel like I'm going to move to LA, whether it is a month from now or 6 months from now. Like it is a foregone. Like I'll be there. So I think it's just, and this trip helped me solidify that. Like I found places where I'll be able to move in as soon as a month. So I just hate jinxing myself. You know, I'm like,
Well,
knock
just so
on
we're clear, I'm
wood.
coming with you, man.
Like-
So
All right,
ensure the
man.
plan just a little bit more. I'll be there, bro. Don't worry. Get my money
Sounds
up.
good.
We're gonna make it off this podcast, and then we're gonna be in Cali, bro.
Sounds
Alright.
good. Sounds good.
Well, speaking of strip clubs and people that fund them, NBA All-Star Weekend happened last weekend. You guys catch the All-Star game or any of the contests, the activities that went on, or are you like everyone else who's just like this sucks now? NBA All-Star Weekend is some mid nowadays.
I caught the clips. I didn't really
Okay,
watch like
okay.
live. I think there was something else going on live. I think it was either the Valorant event or something. Like I was watching that instead. I wasn't watching
So you
the
fall
NBA also.
you fall in the group that NBA All-Star Weekend is not important anymore. It's boring.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I never really watched them like that in general, but it doesn't really entice me. Like
Yeah.
the dunk contest is not gonna be that cool anymore, and just the
Yeah.
All-Star game, they're not really going that hard.
Oh no, yeah, no. I
So
I caught like maybe like a quarter of the All-Star game, and then I was just like, this is just. It was a little bit more fun when they had Braun and Giannis picking teams. But this
Yeah.
they went back to the East versus West format this year, and it was just like, okay, it's basketball with no defense. I know you guys can score. I'm good. So
On paper, the West team was better, like overall, like just based on like the sheer number of.
who won?
Like obviously, both teams are talented. East did, but
the East.
Okay.
it's like West has better talent. Like if this was like a full 7-game series, they were going all out for real. I think the West wins, but the East just has more younger folks who are tryhards and like they got something to prove. So they were definitely on a mission off rip. There wasn't a lot of notoriety if you've been a fan for the past few years, but it was still I don't know, still fairly boring compared to, just like Braulio said, not a lot of intensity. Didn't really watch it as much. I appreciate, shout out to Jaylen Brown for trying to, bring out the dunk contest again. It takes a lot of skill or confidence to be a star and put yourself out there, and I have to commend that. I think we need more stars wanting to participate. And it's like one of those things where I feel as if it's like if you go in person, you'll probably enjoy it a little bit more, just seeing all those stars, but with a little bit more intensity, I think it could be better.
So
Yeah.
I watch Saturday's events. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw all of them. Yeah, the skills. Yeah, I saw all of them. And the thing that confused me was, so the dunk contest, they had Jaylen Brown, and he kept getting booed. And I don't know if you guys got that, but like I would agree saying his dunks weren't anything
Like
spectacular.
audibly loud boos, like
Yeah, like the crowd
not
was booing
mistaken.
him. Like, the judges were giving him favorable scores. He got to the final round, ended up losing in the final round, but like, I mean, his dunks I would say weren't great, but I wouldn't say they were any worse than anyone else's dunks. Like I don't know what people were expecting who to be in the final. Like Mac, what's his name? Mac McClung, the guy that saved the dunk contest last year. Like, you know, he's a G leaguer, smaller talent. Like, good for him.
G League and they brought him.
Yeah, because last year he saved it. They say he saved a dunk. He had some crazy dunks last year. Actually, I won't lie. This year,
he was a G League player. Damn.
Yeah, this year was a little.
They've been integrating the G League more. Sorry.
He's like, so last year he was on Philly, I think. This year he got moved to one of the Florida teams, Miami or Orlando. Now he's in the G League though, so like he's been flirting with the league, in and out the league, like between the G League and the NBA. But like it was kind of a foregone conclusion he was gonna win, because he was probably the best dunker. Because you know he's known for his dunks, not really his play. No shade to him, but you know, like Jaylen Brown's an amazing player who can dunk. Mac McClung can dunk. That's the difference. But yeah, I don't know. It just like seemed to me like, I don't know, everyone else was just there to participate. Like Edmund said, like we need more people who are like want to be there, want to win it, want to show out. You know, shout out to Jaylen Brown. He did the thing. He ended up losing, whatever. But, and I say that because I'm a Celtics fan, obviously. But, like, I don't know. It just, to me, like, yeah, it just, that whole Saturday night just seemed like that. Like, the most interesting part to me was the shootout between Steph Curry and Sabrina. You know, I was rooting for Sabrina, but I know Steph Curry is the greatest shooter ever. So it's like, it's tough. I don't know. Did you guys catch that or see any of the clips on that?
Well, I know like Steph just won off 1-3, right? Like he barely just won.
I think it was like 30 to 26 or something, or 29-26 or 30-26. 29-26. Yeah. I remember I said it in the group chat. I was like, she needed 30 to win, and the prediction ended up being true. If she had gotten 30, she would have won. But
should have talked about this last week.
Yeah, I mean, this was before, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I just generally, it's like, I feel like the NBA needs to do a little better. NFL too, honestly, with their Pro Bowl weekend. Like, I don't know. They need to figure something out where it's like, get more fan engagement, get more excitement out of the fans, because it's just not it right now. I don't know. I don't mean to sound like I'm hating, but
what do you think? Yeah. Offer more money, or they need to have like, I heard some people throw ideas around where winner of East versus West like decides who gets home court advantage in the finals, or, you know, up the prize pool a little bit for whoever wins. You know, make it actually, or even pay the players, because players don't get paid for the All-Star game. You know, I think they got to figure it out. I think maybe is it player greed, or is it just, I would say, the different culture nowadays where people don't, I don't know, do more than they have.
You don't want to get injured on All-Star weekend, so there's one thing.
Money incentive is always possible and a good thing, but I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but players get bonuses if they get into like, if they get selected like All-Star or All-NBA.
Yeah,
I know it's a little different.
Yeah,
I know it's a little different with All-NBA or All-Pro, whatever, but you know, there's already money incentive to perform well and do well, obviously, but for the specific weekend itself, yeah, maybe if it's like, I don't know, pay them a little more to actually play in the game, or not actually play in the game, but play tough in the game, because I don't know, it's just accepted like they're just gonna run up and down the court, throw their bodies in front of each other, but they're still gonna let the other player do what they got to do. You know, it's not an actual game, so I don't know.
To be honest though, I don't think it'll change.
Probably not.
I think it's just gonna be like in a little event, like glorified like basketball game, blah, blah, blah. Because I feel like it's more of all the celebrities are there, or all the people are there, that like the night event, the after parties, and the, you know, like those things. I feel like the people actually there are having fun doing that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Not actually balling up. Like,
but this year was in Indiana. How much fun do you think they had after the fact in Indiana?
Bro, they're depraved of fun, bro. And they finally get all these All-Stars, bro, and all those people going wild. Those women, guys, all them. waiting for the All Stars and all the baddies and the cheerleaders and everything.
You just reminded me.
Could also be the location of where it was. That's
Yeah.
probably a big factor.
Indiana. I don't know what's. I've never been there.
Well, yeah, I don't know anything about Indiana, so
Yeah. Last thing I was just saying on this is I forget. Yes, you reminded me. I actually didn't watch that celebrity. I never watched the celebrity game where it's the actual like celebrities that are playing in the game. I don't know. I never. To me, that's never appealing. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
see. I know they have like some like football players and other athletes participate, but I don't know.
They
to
were
me-
hooping. The football players were hooping.
Yeah, I mean, are we surprised? Football players are athletes too. Like a lot of them
they
probably
did Kaisen
grew
that
up
dirty.
playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but a lot of football players are probably growing up playing basketball as well as football. So it's like, I don't know, or just multiple sports. You know, the whole athleticism thing. So I don't know. I don't blame them for participating because I think that'd be fun too if I were an athlete. But it just to me as a fan, it doesn't entice me to watch it. I don't know.
What do you think is easier to translate? Do you think it's easier for an NFL player to pick up and go play in the NBA, or an NBA player to go pick up and play in the NFL?
That's a tough question.
NFL to the NBA, because like you're going from the NBA to like trying to take hits or stuff like that. Like that probably shock your body, bro. Like I feel like you're not used to that shit. So
That's a tough question to answer because the athleticism's different. But I think just based on like what Gio said, like one sport being a lot more physically like intensive, like contact wise, you know, not saying basketball isn't contact, but obviously they're not tackling
different
each
kind
other.
of contact,
Yeah, they're not
yeah.
tackling each other. I would say maybe it's easier for football to basketball than basketball to football, just for that very fact. Nothing against like the athleticism and all that, but just for having to get used to the contact.
I think if you can handle the physicality, I think it's easier for a ball player to become a football player.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of, if you're not as fluid or coordinated, basketball players, you go play football. And if you can't take the pain when you're playing football, you get hit once, you go pick up a basketball. That's
exactly.
just normally how it
It's
goes.
usually how it goes. So
it's
They're
like, would
both
you
world-class
rather
athletes.
get hit and fumble the ball, or would you rather just get picked and lose the ball? Like which one, bro? I don't want to get hit, so I don't want to.
And part of me is like scared to see like a 7-foot guy out on the football field, just because I feel like they're usually slimmer builds. I'm not saying all of them are. Some of them are obviously built, but some of the slimmer 7-footers would scare me to be out there on a football field because, yeah, I just don't want to see them.
There's
get
even
tackled.
some guys though who are hoopers that translated and went to go play football. I think like Jimmy Graham and Tony Gonzalez, like power forwards or like centers could go transition.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
being tight ends and stuff, but those are like outliers, So
Yeah, I mean,
that's interesting.
LeBron always talks about it. He would have been a tight end or whatever.
A wide receiver. He was like all state or something in high school.
I don't believe a word LeBron says with all the cap that comes out of his mouth.
You're just a LeBron hater.
Cut my mic.
Yeah.
But
cut the mic.
But we'll move on. So yeah, that was All-Star Weekend. It is what it is. Hopefully it gets better. Probably not. But the next thing I want to talk about, and this is just generally kind of going back to the holiday. This is just my serious curiosity here, asking you guys like, what is President's Day? Why do we have this holiday? I know Edmund, you said you didn't even have this day off, but like, can someone answer that for me? Do we know why this holiday is a thing? Because I know it's Washington's birthday, but like, is this just like a strictly an American holiday? I'm assuming it has to be,
definitely.
right?
For sure. It's one of those. It's like Columbus Day. It's one of those.
It's
nah.
it's Indigenous Peoples Day now. All right, not Columbus Day anymore.
Point taken.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all the indigenous peoples out there.
Yeah.
So it's just like one of those holidays that like
y'all discovered it first, not Columbus.
They can't discover where they were from. But anywho,
But so like yeah,
President's Day is fake, bro. It's all a government ploy.
Yeah,
we just get a
it's
day
just-
off, bro.
Okay, it's just a day off. It's nothing special.
just
It's
yeah.
throw it in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about it sitting right in the middle of Black History Month doesn't sit with me either, but I digress. Next topic, Edmund, I'll give you credit. You brought this up, and I think this is unfortunate yet funny at the same time. Tell me if I'm saying this right. Omah Lay, is that his name?
Oh.
the Afro Beats artist. There was a clip that was circulating, I guess, on Twitter where he stole a man's girl at his concert. Do I have that right? Is that
You
my
robbed him.
reading?
Nah,
Robbed
yeah, you
him.
had it right. I think they're actually joking about this is going to be podcast topics for the next year. So
And here we are.
and here we are, being true to our name of being podcast bros. But essentially, Omah Lay is like a Afro beats artist who's, I want to say more on like the Afro soul side. Like, it gets you in your feels, like some of his music. But he has a song where it's like a little bit more sexual. And he saw this couple in like the front row of his concert, and he points to the girl, and she's like hella excited. She runs up on stage, leaves her man, and like she just goes crazy. I think like I don't know if we'll be able to show the clip of it here, and it's just like the ultimate disrespect. Like it's like a behind the curtain, very intimate, very sexual, and it's so crazy. Like this dude can't catch a break, and yeah, he just stole his girl, and she's oblivious. She doesn't know how bad or what she did wrong, and I don't know. I think it just made me want to like talk about it a little bit. Like, how would you feel if you were on a date, or it's like your girlfriend, you go out to a show and it's like a celebrity she's a big fan of, or even not that big of a fan of, and he calls her on stage? Are you gonna stop it right there? You're gonna try to talk to her? Um, yeah, like what? How do you feel about celebrity crushes in general in a relationship too, or just overall the standing celebrities? I think it's definitely an ick, but I don't know.
Gio, you want to take
Pray,
this
pray
away?
for that man.
Well, I just want to know if there's like a follow up to like that guy after he got his girl stolen. Like, I want to know what he has to say about that, because if he was like, "Oh, that's fine, that's my girl," like, she knows who she's coming home to or something, like, then he's getting played. Like, I feel bad for my boy. But if he realized, all right, that's not your girl, then he's fine. It's a L he has to take, but at least he knows now. He didn't marry her or something and find out she was not for him.
I didn't even consider. What if that was his wife? I didn't even consider that as a possibility.
If that's his wife, then
that
they
would-
must have got forced to get married, because
That would be so
I
much
would
I
fun.
don't think that's his wife. Like, it's
I would
definitely
hope
like
not.
they were together for sure. I don't know if it was a relationship or not, but and like some other videos that they circulated, he stayed for the rest of the concert.
Oh my God.
Like he stayed, like he didn't leave right away, and like the way he was like walking and looking, it's like he was just like waiting for her to pull up. Like
I'd be
he's
instantly
down
sick.
bad. Like it looks like he's gonna accept her back at some point, But I hope he comes to sense and
Let me break this
gets
down.
ready
real
to
quick.
move on.
She for the team. Go ahead.
It's clear for the team, but let me break this down real quick, because this is my reaction just based off seeing the video like twice after you sent it. All right. As a man, if I'm in that situation, right? You're going to a concert knowing the type of artist it is. I hope so. I assume he knew what kind of concert he was going to. Not saying this is the case, but it could be a possibility. Maybe his girl had to persuade him or sway him to come to the concert. Like, oh, join me. Let's go together. You should go check this out. Maybe they're both big fans. I don't know. But to do that in front of everyone is just like, that's tough, It's like, it's one thing to go up there and have a good time and experience that, but like, I feel like it kind of got carried away after she went behind the curtain with him.
You see the silhouettes,
And you just see the silhouettes, and you're forcing your mans to just watch this in front of him. I don't know. That's where I kind of got sick for him.
That's brutal.
And then at the end of the video, it's like you see his face, and you can just tell he's sick, and it's just like, man, I don't know. If I was in that situation, I mean, I can't say I would do anything different, because it's like you're already there, you're just waiting at that point. But it's like, yeah, no, that's a situation I hope I never find myself in, because that is actually really tough.
Yeah, nah. Poor guy.
This is brutal. I feel for those who are not like familiar with like Afrobeats, it's like in terms of like popularity or impact, it's like Kodak Black a few years ago, basically. Like some dude comes with his girl and leaves for Kodak Black, Obviously like a bigger star, but it's not someone who's like a mega star, like I don't like Drake at his like peak or something, It's just like someone who's they're popular, they're a star, but it's like, do you think it matters like if it's like the Who, or is it just in general? Like, is it like a different reaction? Like, A, if it's like this dude, like, you know, it's like I sort of get it, but it's just like, does the stardom level affect it
I
at
mean,
all? Or
he's kind of bold for even trying that though. Like, or even well, he pulled it off, but like just stealing somebody's girl like that, like that's kind of like that's trifling though. Still,
I mean,
like, I don't care if it's Usher, I don't care if it's freaking Kevin Gates or whatever. Like, if I'm bringing my girl there, bro, she should know. She should know, like, you and me, bro. You know what I mean?
That's
He's
actually
like,
better. Kevin Gates to Usher. Like, you know what's like, I like that comparison a little bit more. Like, obviously both is like unacceptable, but it's just like Key's stomach it a little bit better. You know?
no,
It's
I
like
don't
you
care. It
gotta
doesn't
chalk
matter.
it. A dub is a dub either way. You know, you gotta take the L no matter what. But it's just like,
I was gonna say, so
you know,
I shared my perspective from maybe the guy that got left hanging in that situation. Looking at it from the artist perspective, I guess, like, do I blame Omah Lay for doing that? No. Like, he could do whatever he damn pleases to do at his concert, you know? Like, if he got it like that, he's got it like that. It is what it is. Chalk it up to the game.
I guess he does.
Back to the other side, do I feel a certain way, whether it's a Kevin Gates versus a Drake? No, because it's like either way, like, I don't know. I'm going to feel bad in either case. I'm going to feel shitty in either case. Like, does it make it any better that it's Drake that did it? Like, no. It just like, all right, Drake,
probably
good for
it'll make
you.
me feel worse.
Exactly. Like, Drake, good for you. Like you need any more, like, you need any more women in your life. Like, I don't know. Like, it just, to me, it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I just wouldn't want to find myself in that situation. And then for it to go viral on top of that is like,
yeah. Because it was like
coffin.
saw fucking behind that silhouette, like his girl's getting dogged in front. Like, nah, bro.
You're just watching
all
it.
Groupie behavior, no matter how you look at it. Like that shit, just like it makes it. I felt sick for bro. Like I really did.
I felt really
and
sick
like,
for him.
I will say though, Shorty, she saw her opportunity and she
took
executed.
it. Yep,
Like,
that's what I said.
Like she was doing her thing.
But it's not gonna lead anywhere. Like she
You
might.
never know.
It's
You
definitely
never know.
nah,
You never know.
Actually, they posted her TikTok. Like today, she had like 6,000. Like this morning, she had like 6,000 followers. She's up to like over 20K already. That's like within one day of her finding her.
That's
you know,
what I
like
said. Yeah. You never know.
It's just so crazy, like how shit moves. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just bro deserves better at the end of the day, and I think, yeah, I think fellas just be careful who you bring out here. You know, you gotta move smart, especially at these concerts.
Yeah, definitely. You're definitely gonna make me second guess or second think if I
like she can fangirl, but she can't get called up on the stage. Like that's crazy.
I mean, good for her. That's all I'll say. Good for her. She like we said, she took her shot. She knew what she was doing. I don't know. And now she's, you know, she has some clout over it. So it's a win-win for her.
Bad clout, she's gonna be known that like it's just you know.
It's gonna be both sides. There's gonna be people who are saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that," and then there's gonna be people who are like, "No, good for you." Like, goes both ways. But that was fun. No, yeah, that was I don't know. That was pretty funny when I saw it. Like, I was obviously sick, but just looking at the situation, I'm like, damn, that's tough to be in. So I'm glad you brought that up so we can talk about that. But moving on, I guess, to our main topic today, we're gonna kind of switch lanes completely. We kind of talked about it earlier, but we're going to talk about social media these days, kind of screen usage, like how people are so reliant on phones, tablets, TV, screens in general, all that. And then we're going to kind of talk about, you know, gaming / streaming culture as well, thrown in there. So kind of that's a very broad topic to talk about, but where do you guys want to start here? What do you guys feel like discussing to begin with?
I have no idea. I guess.
Why don't you start it off, bro? You're too early.
All right. If you got something to say, bro.
Yeah. Nah, you got. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll start off with just screens in general. I don't know. It's just we're so reliant on screens these days. You know, whether it's at work, looking at screens all day, and I don't even just mean in like office jobs. Like Gio, I'm sure at work you're looking at some type of screen throughout the day as well. Like, and you work at a restaurant. Our phones, obviously, tablets, laptops, like And obviously we all joke around about the younger generation, call them, iPad kids or tablet kids or whatever you want to call them.
Well, all right. Just want to preface: we're gonna try our best not to sound like old heads.
Oh no,
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
sound like an old head. I'll tell
All
you
right, bro,
right
is
now.
old head.
I'm gonna sound
I'm
like
still
an old head.
young and in my prime.
I'm
But
not
go
saying
ahead.
like I still
You're
do
still an
like
iPad kid himself.
don't get me wrong. Like I still very much use my phone all the time. I catch myself staring at my screen all the time. Like I've tried to get better with it over time, but there's always that just innate part of me that grew up with a phone that I'm always constantly checking on it. Fortunately, I have this thing too, a Apple Watch, and it's like
Me
it's
too.
just another screen to freaking look at. You don't even realize it, but it's another screen that you're looking at. I guess my whole point is like, I don't know. I catch myself sometimes, when I commute to work on the train, it's like when you look up and you realize everyone else is looking down, it's kind of just like, damn, we're really at a point where it's like no one wants to interact with anyone these days. Like outside their immediate circles, obviously, but those regular every day to day interactions, it's just like non-existent these days. I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of prefer it that way. I don't like when strangers talk to me, but
Yeah.
it's just when you notice it, you just realize like, oh man, like yeah, everyone's just looking at a screen these days, and it's just kind of crazy to think about. I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
So what I'll say to that is that what the screens do is like, well, TikTok, you can watch a video a freaking second basically, and like you're bored and shit, and like you're on the train or something, like you're bored, so you're just scrolling through like TikToks and stuff, and that gives you the opportunity not to talk to people. You know what I mean? So it's like since the screen's in your face and stuff like that, like you don't have to have that awkward conversation with somebody, which but like it's like it kind of like defeats the being human part, where we do have to get over the fact that it is awkward to talk to somebody and meet somebody new, but the potentials of meeting somebody and stuff like that could lead to crazy opportunities and stuff you didn't know.
That's true.
And a lot of people don't even have friends now and stuff and shit like that because of these, they didn't make friends in high school, so now they're not making friends now because they're just on their phone and shit, and like shit like that.
Yeah,
But
I guess. I mean, I don't want. I guess I mean, I said I'll sound like a hood head because I don't care, but I guess that's where part of the concern is. Like, it's like, damn, down the road, are we just solely gonna be on screens? Like, I don't know. I think of that sometimes. Like, are we just gonna be in a society where it's like everyone just staring at a screen in front of them instead of like face to face?
I don't think so. I think there's gonna be the people like us and stuff that like have time where we're like, all right, no phones and stuff like that, and like try to break free from that. Maybe the younger kids have a harder time with that, but
What do you think, Edmund? Have you noticed anything? Like, I don't know. You have a younger brother, so I mean, Gio, you have a younger sister too, obviously. But
mhm.
what
I
do you
think
guys
it's
think?
I don't know. It's definitely like screen culture is just very I don't know. I feel like as we become the new adults, I feel as if it's a lot of people still growing up, and like I feel like technology could be a great tool to help teach and educate our kids and stuff. But I feel as if it becomes a point where it's too much, and I think parents just need a break. So it's just like, here, if this is gonna make you happy, just do it, And it's just like it's a lot of work. So it's just like another way of being able to just, for lack of a better word, distract your child while the parent can get a break. And like it's just snowballs after some time. And I think you really need to start limiting your usage or children's uses just because of that aspect of social interaction. And it's only getting worse. I feel like the pandemic didn't help shit just because you're inside 24/7 for the most part, and you needed to do something to have like a outlet. So you can only do so much in the house except be on a screen. And I think it just continues into our culture now. Like my job, I have to look at a screen for like damn near the 7 hours
8 hours a day, yeah, 7 8 hours
like
a day.
like 7 out of the 8 hours I'm probably looking at a screen. And
Mm.
then it doesn't help that my hobby I like to do as well is like video games. That's like another what, 2 3 hours a day that I'm probably on a screen, just like
Mhm.
looking at this screen. And like that's not even including my phone
Exactly.
during the different interactions of it. So
Exactly.
it's just like it's just a part of our way we live, unfortunately. And like I really do try to unplug sometimes, like not look at my phone if like I'm streaming or if like I'm on the gym or like the times that I have to go work in person, like I feel as if those are good times for me to just like focus on the outside or like I went for a walk earlier today, you know, like aside from playing music, it's like I wasn't listening to stuff, you know, and like when I go to the gym later, like I'll probably not be on my screen as much or try not to, but it's hard. There's just like everything's at the palm of your hand these days. It's only getting worse. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess the reason why I wanted to bring it up too is because I guess I realized that at work, same deal. I'm staring at a computer screen, well, multiple screens, 7, 8 hours a day. It's like the times that I kind of step away from work, I'm onto the next screen, my phone. Just another
Hmm.
distraction. And then same thing, come home, game maybe, or set up this podcast or whatever it is. Still looking at
yeah,
more screens. Maybe I'll watch a movie. I don't have a TV myself, but I'll use my computer, my laptop to watch a movie. So it's just like constant screen usage. And I mean, this is just, I told you guys before this, like, I had 2 migraines this week. And I seriously think just strictly based on me staring at screens all day. Um,
mm,
so it's just like, that's another thing to consider. Like, what are the health long term? I mean, I'm sure it's not that bad. People have been doing it for long enough where it's like, I guess our eyes will probably adjust to looking at screens eventually, but
Well,
you
you
know,
should do the like my glasses have the blue light lens or
yeah,
whatever for screens. Like you guys don't use glasses, so maybe that is
yeah.
hard to.
I've used those glasses for the blue light glasses before.
Mm.
They do help. I broke my pair, so I don't have a pair right now, but
Look,
they
you
So
about
definitely do
to
help.
dust mine off. Like I definitely
Yeah,
haven't been using them, so
yeah.
got me.
all right, so we know the problem. We all on the screens and stuff, but what could be the solution? Like, what would make somebody like a kid not want to be on the screen? Like, I don't know.
I
Like,
just think it's what Edmund said.
it's tough.
It's a balance. I don't think it's like eliminate screens. Like that's not feasible. That's not gonna happen. It's just not how the world
Yeah,
works these days. But it's just balance. It's just kind of as much time as I get it. Parents need a break and they want to have their kids distracted. Distract them with something else. Send them outside. Go tell them to do a chore outside. I don't know. Just get them to do something where
Parents be parents. They
more
gotta be a parent
time,
now.
yeah, more time off this, like less time off the screen, I guess, and more real world interacting, even if it's just literally interacting with the physical world. I think that's better than just tapping into a virtual screen and seeing whatever they want. I mean, I'm not gonna get into the whole parent thing about parents being parents. Everyone has their own parenting style. Y'all do what you got to do. Couldn't be me, but yeah,
Yet.
no, just yeah, but
lock it in. You know, got to figure this out.
Yeah, we getting
but
old head over there.
just just I'm just saying, like, there's value in, I guess, interacting with the world. So and it's just, I feel like I want to live in a world where it's there's more, I at least witness more interaction in the world. I'm not saying that interaction needs to happen to me directly, because like I said, I'd be on the train on my phone too, because I don't want no one to talk to me. But if I can look up and see two people talking, that will make me feel better.
Yeah, I was gonna. I honestly, I really do appreciate good conversation. Like,
Yeah.
when you have like genuine conversation, like this guy at my job, he's like Portuguese, kind of. He speaks like broken English, whatever. But today we had a conversation about like, um, because there's a Valorant Team Loud. They're Brazilian, they
Mm,
speak Portuguese. So I was asking him like, have you heard of this team and stuff? And like if we interact on gaming or like, yeah, he was telling me, gaming's pretty big in Brazil and stuff, and but he wasn't familiar with Valorant. But yeah, no, it's just nice to have good conversation with people and not just be on your phone at work, just scrolling, wasting time. Like you miss out
Yeah,
on stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, there's value in that. So there's value in both
Mm.
things, but like I said, balance. But yeah, that was anything else to add on screens? Because I mean, we can talk about, just move on to the next thing, social media. I mean, this kind of ties
Well,
into why everyone's on their screens so much.
all right, so let me kind of segue us there. I would say being on the screens leads to depression. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow.
Because
mm,
because when you're on your screen too long, like you're on social media and you're gonna compare yourself and you're gonna be like, I've been on the screen all day. I haven't done shit with my life, and there's people out there actually, having fun and doing stuff in life and going to events and stuff, and like, you got to find the balance. Like,
I
you
actually saw
can't.
I saw this TikTok this morning where it was probably not, I don't know why it popped up on my For You page, not targeted towards me or anything, but I like the message behind it where it was saying how, people go on social media and they see influencers talk about this product and that product because we all know that they, have branding deals and they try to sell stuff, right? And
Mhm.
it's like the constant like seeing that constantly and then also hearing like, oh, you have to buy this, like you need to have this product, whatever it is that they're trying to sell. It's like that's not good for us because as consumers, when you're constantly seeing like you need this new brand new thing, you need this brand new thing, like you could have got something a month ago and now you're seeing a new video, a new clip on social media this month saying, oh no, this is way better, you need this now, like but you just spent all your money on that thing a month ago and now you're thinking, damn, I don't have the latest newest thing and I don't have
Mhm.
money to buy the latest newest thing, but I want the latest newest thing because this person is now telling me I need this. So like that message itself I think was very interesting, like I never even, I mean, I know how ads are targeted and I get it. Like I scroll through Instagram or go on TikTok and I know it's like the algorithm has me sorted. They know my spending habits. They have my data. I understand all of that. But it's like just having, influencers or other content creators just say that like, hey, you need to have this product and constantly hearing that. I think that's a challenge for a lot of people that maybe feel like they might be more materialistic and they feel like I need to listen to this person, I need to spend money and buy, and it's like no, don't spend your money on that. There are far more things to spend your money on that may be more important and helpful to your life than whatever this product that this person is trying to sell you. I think to your point, Gio, about like like that can even further the depression because it's not like you're depressed and you're broke and you don't feel like you can afford anything because you don't have the money to buy. Like it all
Mhm.
kind of just spirals. And I don't want to shit on social media completely because we know social media has its benefits. But I saw that
Mhm.
video this morning and it just got me thinking like, damn, I never even realized that. Like that's a good point. We really get bombarded constantly with like, you need to have this, you need to buy this, and it's like, bro, I don't have
What are you
money.
doing with your life if you're not? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm poor. Like I'm sorry, but I'm broke. So I don't got it like that. Not yet, hopefully, but
Yeah.
uh, it's just crazy to think about. I mean, like I said, I am a certain way with my money, so I know it doesn't really affect me all too much. But I know there's definitely people out there who have to struggle with that, and it's like, damn, that kind of sucks to think about. It's like you're stuck in a vicious cycle. I feel like. I don't know. What do you guys? We all just went quiet there, but what do you
Oh,
guys?
I was trying to see if
Oh no,
everyone
we're
was.
listening to you. Yeah, like
Uh,
that. Like it's
I
just
don't know if everyone want to say something, but I'll just say is like I think a little bit of it is like survival of the fittest. I think you got to be a little bit smart online now. Like, you got to be pretty smart online because there's a lot of like propaganda and stuff that gets sent to you, um, and it because I see it in like the crypto space where it's like influencers like last or 2 years ago they were like promoting crypto coins and like people were just blindly following these people the same thinking they were gonna make money, and I just think like most people knew that is a scam, like, or most people know that these advertisements and stuff, or not most people, but like hopefully a good amount of people are not easily influenced by an influencer just saying you must buy this and stuff. And I think it's just survival fitness. Like if
Damn,
you're gullible enough.
cutthroat. Because see, I guess like I know what you mean, but my view of it is it's like no, there's definitely people out there who are gullible enough to fall for it. Who are like they take what these influencers say very seriously. Like if they're trying to see like is it worth buying something. Like I've done it myself too, where it's like I'll look up like if I'm gonna get a product or something, right? And I want to see is it worth spending my money on. I'm gonna go on YouTube or on TikTok and like see like a review of it. Like, hey, is this actually worth investing in? Like there are other people who definitely do that, and there are other people who will just blindly follow someone who tells them to buy something. And I guess my point to that is just like it's a dangerous game to play. Like
mm,
it's kind of scary to think like, you know, people are struggling out there because again, it's they're stuck in that cycle. It's like you see all this new, I need this now, you need this now in your face, and it's like they're buying into it. They're like, yeah, I do need this. I want this now. And now I'm going to be broke for the next week because I want to buy this, whatever it is.
Mm.
So, I don't know. Maybe not to us individually, but it's just when I saw that video this morning, it just got me thinking. I was like, wow, that's actually it's a very good point.
Just the way things go. I feel like social media's original conception of being able to interact with people that you know in your real life online, you know, like Facebook. I feel like Facebook is what really made social media take on this whole thing. It's like the ability to interact with like your close group of friends that you met in school or wherever it may be, you know. And I think just using that as like my way of being able to, hey, like how is so and so that I had a class with doing, you know, or how is I used to hoop with him, like how's he doing, like what's he up to now and stuff, you know, like stuff like that. I feel like that's what social media should be. And like I feel as if it's sort of hard when it becomes a tool to like market some of your other things, you know, like, and just marketing as a whole is taking it away to and trying to make it social media lucrative, and like that's like a lot of people use it for. And I'm a victim of this too, you know. I feel like I probably wouldn't use social media as much if I wasn't promoting streaming or a lot of different things. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's just a part of the game now, and like that's just what social media is. It's like if you're not flexing or working towards something, you can't really just, I don't know. I think social media has lost its innocence of being able to just post silly stuff or like be able to like post of like, I mean, not to say that you can't, you probably can, but I don't know. That's just not, it's not the same social media that we saw growing up a little bit, I guess. And
Yeah, there's two things I kind of want to say to that. One, I guess, first thing I'll pose is like, what is your ideal? Because you kind of mentioned it, like in your ideal world, what is the ideal social media platform? Like, what would you want it to be? Would you want it to be less of the marketing and the branding and the more of the authenticity of people connecting and stuff, or are you okay with all that stuff and you're just like things are fine the way they are? More branding, I don't know. Like, what is your ideal social media platform? Because I always think back to the early days of Twitter. Twitter was known as the Wild Wild West. Those days
Still
where
kind of is though. There's mad porn. on
yeah,
this
but
shit.
it's a different Wild West now. This is like,
I'm talking about the
it's-
Twitter where you could quote tweet people's tweets and edit them yourselves. Those
Say
those
some
those,
different shit.
those
That
are
was
the
crazy.
those are the
Yeah.
days I'm
Yeah.
talking about that I miss. Like you could just it was just so bad. You could edit other people's tweet. That's just a wild concept. But I miss that. I thought that was hilarious because to me, like Twitter or social media was never that serious. Like I didn't really consider. I mean, maybe to my detriment, I didn't really consider it to be something to use to brand yourself. But I just thought it was just kind of fun, virtual place to be silly. But now it's so serious, and I mean now it's a lot of things. But yeah, no. What do you,
sometimes like
what do you guys think? Like, what's your
I'll say
ideal?
that this still like it depends on how you want to take social media, because there are people that have private accounts. They only follow the people they know. They post freaking daily memes and daily like thank you for the Lord today. You know what I mean? They still post like that. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
Like
thanking the Lord every day.
but I'm saying like, but those kind of posts and stuff, like there's just like Facebook posts basically. Like there's still people that I see that do that. Like I mean, some of them are older and some of them are just like those lonelier people and stuff. But I think now that social media is a marketing thing, and like people can make money off of it. It's like no matter, I don't know, like if you post publicly and you post it now, it's like you're posting it into like the universe, and there's so many people with like that want to respond to it, and there's so many people that want to like criticize you or from their side of the screen and stuff. And I don't know, people are just, that's just how it is, I guess.
So what would you say? Would you want in your ideal social media, Gio? Would you still want people praising the Lord every day and just being themselves, like silly memes?
Yeah, exactly. You
Like,
should be yourself. Like you should post whatever you want. Like for me, like I probably, like if I wasn't trying to be like like a social media presence and like do podcasts and all that, I probably would post a little more goofy stuff, but you know, you got to be more calculated how you post or like stuff like that, or you want to basically put out the right image, you know. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like, how do I want to present myself and, you know,
Posting for the hoes too, bro.
yeah. Post for the hoes, like
you gotta.
like
It's a
I've been, you know,
balance.
like
It's a
I've been feeling
balancing
real
act.
nice Boston pride lately. So I've been trying to like get Boston and, you know, make sure I you know, affiliate myself with Boston because, you know, that's where I come from and stuff. So I'm trying to do that, you know, and like, you know.
Okay, let me pose another question for you guys. So, what? No, I guess. So social media, obviously, there's a lot of flexing going on. A lot of fakeness.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with flexing, honestly.
A lot of
If you got
fakeness,
it,
let's
flaunt
say.
it.
But like, that's what I guess that's what I'm gonna ask. Like, what do you guys prefer to see? Some authenticity, or do you don't mind the flexing? Like you understand it's the branding side of things, and like I don't know. It's just I feel like it's tough for me because I mean I'm not someone who uses social media a lot, but I don't I understand the flexing. You know, you want to post or post the world that maybe you want the world to see, you know, an image that you want the world to see you as.
Yeah.
But it's like, for me, it's like, I don't know, like, why not just be yourself? That's enough for me. You know, if, you know, like, I don't know, to me, it's like, you're enough, you know? The image you want to project to the world should be yourself, which is enough in my eyes. But I don't know, that's just me. But I also don't post on social media, so there's that. By the way, sorry, real quick. Our social medias, I didn't even mention at the beginning. Follow us on our Instagrams, guys. Talking about social media. Quick plug. You know, like I said,
those are the Instagrams, by the way.
those
Those
are
are the IGs.
those are our IGs. Like, some of us post, some of us don't. You don't have to give us a follow. Well, I don't care. You're not gonna give me a follow, but follow would be appreciated. You know, we'll take it.
Nah,
We'll
follow me.
back.
I need that for my ego.
See, there you go. But yeah, just want to plug that real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Probably make them a little smaller next time. I'll make them, or just shrink each one down.
Edmund, what were you gonna say? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
When it comes to
Flexing or something.
flexing,
Yeah.
oh no. I think I was just gonna say that I don't know. I think ain't nothing wrong with a little. You know, I think I feel as if I'm more of a subtle flex, kind of. You know, if you get it, you get it. But at the same time, like, I don't know, the internet is fake. Everyone is faking it to some degree. You feel me? And it's just like, I just take it with a grain of salt. I feel as I think if anything, FOMO is a real thing, like a fear of missing out. And I fear like being across the country. Whenever I see y'all going out and like if you post, I'll be like, damn, I wish I was there, you know, or like it's nice to see that y'all are having a good time. And like I feel as if that's the ideal social media world, being able to keep up with what your close friends and, you know, loved ones are doing, and like, you know, just being able to do that I think is cool. But at the same time, I understand it's like a whole different world out there, you know. People have businesses they're trying to like get off the ground. People want to see what the real world life of a celebrity is like, you know. Like I like also being able to see like, okay, Meg Thee Stallion is working out. I like this workout that she's been doing, or like, you know, someone got a show coming up. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to regulate it to be real or making it true to everything, but I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's just about finding a balance of like at different social medias at their peak. Like when Twitter wasn't filled with incels, or I guess X now, you know, like making sure the right people stay in power and able to control it.
So good joined us.
Yeah, I want to just like what you said about like keeping up, like be able to see celebrities and like they post like normal people and stuff like that too. You know, well,
yeah,
you know what I mean? That's pretty cool.
Hopefully
like,
normal, you know, like authentic inside the look. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. You know, yeah, they're gonna show you what they want you to see. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna show the bad side and stuff like that. And sometimes you do get that, and if you go live and stuff, you know, like. Streaming that's why you always see people get canceled from streaming, because it's like you can't fake it. Sorry, I said can't fuck it. Can't fake it all day long, you know what I mean?
Can't fucking fake it.
Yeah, you can't fucking fake it all day long. Like streaming is like is live. Like you're gonna get caught up if you're a fake person or if you're like, you know, a bad person and stuff like that. But at least with like the basic social media like Instagram and stuff like that, like you definitely can portray a lifestyle. Like, you know, you see a lot of people like fake gurus and stuff like, oh, I got this Lambo and I can, you know, show you how to make a lot of money and stuff like that. Like that runs rampant on Instagram, you know, probably for young men that want to just be like that lifestyle and have the Lamborghinis and stuff. But that's like most of the things those are fabricated. That's what I would want to prevent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But an actual celebrity flaunting their Lamborghini is not like bad to me.
Yeah, it's the reality. But I want to mention one more thing. So on this topic of like authenticity versus flexing, I guess, like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, is there a reason to maybe separate the two, or is that too on the nose? Like I'm saying, like have a social media platform where it's like just strictly, you know, more authentic people, not really branding or business wise, just purely like Edmund said, like friends keeping up with each other, you know, just something more simple. And then you have a separate platform where it's like, you know how kind of LinkedIn is meant for just like a professional setting. Well, now something different, not LinkedIn per se, but like a social media platform where it's like, this is where you build your brand, you know, this is where you come and post, like, or is that too, like, that's not possible, not going to happen? Because like obviously Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, they got it going all for them. Like there's no reason for them to,
it's on lock.
there's no reason to them to switch it up. But like, I don't know, what would you guys like to see that, or is that just not feasible?
Not feasible.
It's too late. The Pandora's box has been opened, and what we have now is what we get until, I don't know, something extreme happens. Like I think people also build their personalities on what they see in social media, which I think is probably the biggest downfall, you know. And I feel like I'm definitely a victim of like, you know, copying or not saying, you know, like it's human nature to just like pick up slang or like do certain things, which is not wrong, but it's like people who are chronically online all the time, I think it messes up their interactions of like the people who become incels, you know, or like their interactions with people in the real world are just not the same. So I don't know. We just gotta find a balance. Yeah.
I have it might be controversial, but I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just I feel like it was either COVID or something where everybody was online, but I feel like women like
oh boy.
I know, right?
Get the scissors,
but like,
right? Get the scissors ready.
You know how like what do you call it? Like their vocabulary changed in the sense like now they started like not the, you know what I mean, not you know what I mean? Like I feel like that just randomly took over to where that became women's vocabulary, but I feel like that came from online, like social media, you know what I mean? Like what's the other word? Or just
not
like
you,
eating like that ate, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that all came like
not
from
you,
social media.
Not you coming at women's language use now.
Yeah, so like I feel like that vocabulary and stuff came from like social media. So when you said like people base their like personality on social media,
it's no different than like it's no different than like Riz. Riz wasn't a thing like a few years ago, and now everyone's just saying like, oh, he got Riz, I'll Riz her up, whatever it is.
I think a lot of this was like the way real like black women speak like that in real life, and some of them brought it to Twitter, and then it just got gentrified to being like or misconstrued as online speak. Like this is how real life people speak out there, whether you see it or not. Like it's like AAV. I know what you're trying to like I guess AAV or like AV or like however like that's real. Like it's like I feel like AAV is like an actual dialect for a subset of, in particular, like black people, that this is like, it's like a part of the culture. It's like one of those things where, and then like you can tell when people say it wrong, you know, like like like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I hate to see
you know what, like, it's just like, or like Riz like has got,
but it's
like,
not even like,
like
they got the it shouldn't be that. It should just be like
it's just
you know what I'm saying?
Like
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
well, just to say, black people make everything cool. Like Black culture, African American culture made everything cool. Like everything that's cool now comes from African American culture, Black
That's what I'm
culture.
saying. And then like it just created a space where people that are not usually like, if like you're not like in school with like other different Black people, which is the case for a lot of social media. It's like I even catch myself doing this in Val. Like I'd be saying slang, I'd just be talking normal, and they'd be like, "Huh? What do you mean?" Or like, "What are you saying to me right now?" It's just like it's just different worlds. So it's just like social media, for better or for worse, it was able to expose a subsect of the different population to how we speak, and I don't know if they're trying to make it their own or you just want to be hip, but it's just not working. So I don't know.
I want to add a few things to just that real quick.
Gotta do a better job of gatekeeping, I guess. But
Remember last week?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember. Last week I mentioned there was like a term that was taken over that the people were comparing it to like Riz. I've realized what it was. It's I'm cooked or you're cooked or just cooked in general. It's like now they're saying it's about to blow up, but I'm like I feel like people have been saying like, oh, you're.
What do you mean,
cooked.
like let him cook? You're saying like that?
No, not like let him cook. Like he's cooked or like she's cooked.
I've
or,
been
like,
saying that since I was 5 years old. I've been saying that boy cooked for like.
But people are now saying, I don't know. I saw a TikTok on it. I could be wrong, but how caught up am I really? But we're seeing some clips where people are saying like that's gonna now take over. Like people are now, I guess, in Edmund's sense, like the gentrification of the word cooked is coming. Because think about it. Do you ever really hear white people say cooked? Not really. So they're saying that might have potential to come up, but it's like, yeah, we've all been saying like, yo, he's cooked for the longest time. Like, so I don't know.
it's not even like they don't have their own sayings that they could use because they gotta.
They do. They got the whippersnapper.
Listen here, buddy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like, just go back to saying that, or like.
Listen,
Like,
the other thing I wanted to
my
add.
gosh, darn it, or like I
Well,
don't
I'll
know,
be
like,
damned.
I'll be damned. Like imagine you see like a baddie. Well, I'll be damned. Like
Yes, that's
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the world would be a whole better place, bro.
That was the other thing I was gonna say. Do you guys ever just catch yourself in public? Like, I mean, I'm gonna expose myself a little bit, but like you see something and then in your head you're just like standing there normal, but in your head you're just like, yeah, like it just comes in your you're just like, yeah, and you just keep it moving. Like I don't know. I've caught myself doing that a few times personally, but I digress. The last thing I want to say is, just because you guys brought it up, and I think it's fitting, it's Black History Month still. Let's not forget that, February's coming over. But, to Gio's point, a lot of American pop culture, let's not get this confused with American culture, but a lot of American pop culture, hip hop, all the current culture does stem from Black culture. Whether you want to deny it or not, all these TikTok dances, all these sayings, the vernacular, everything is, it's Black culture. All right. It's just now being, like Edmund said, it's not being gatekept, and it's getting out there in the world, and it's going into the mainstream of American pop culture. So shout out to Black culture. Sorry, my cat just killed me. But, just, let's take a moment to celebrate that. It's Black History Month, so let's not forget that, people. Let's give people credit where it's due. Anything else to add on social media though? Any other avenue we want to go down? Because I think we can segue now to our kind of final point here: gaming/streaming culture, which we kind of talked about at the very beginning with Edmund saying he went to a Valorant event, but I don't know. I mean, I know for myself, I guess I'll kind of just take over real quick. Myself, gaming has always been a part of me. Like I love to game. Don't get to do it as much as I used to, but try to get in there when I can. Streaming, I'm new to it, new to the game. Don't really watch streams. Obviously, this podcast we stream it, so this is where I'm learning more about streaming. So I can't say much about that, but at least gaming wise, I want to share some thoughts on that. So just wanted to preface it on that. So what do you guys think? Because both of you guys game, both of you guys stream. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on gaming/streaming culture these days?
Gio, as the resident gamer,
Yeah, Gio's the
I
best.
think one of the
Gio's the best gamer out of us three here.
Best shooter, best shooter.
Okay, best shooter, best shooter.
Okay.
Respect, respect.
Respectfully, I guess.
Well, so like in my career as trying to be a good shooter, not professional, obviously. Like had aspirations maybe when I was younger, but like I would say that the demographic, when you try to like go to these higher levels in gaming and stuff like that, you can definitely get a lot more white boys, and they're gonna be from like these like random states where it's probably more boring that you're inside more and stuff like Ohio or something. I don't know. Well, yeah, like they're gonna be from like my boy Chestnut's from North Carolina and stuff like that. It's like he was living basically he had to drive like 40 minutes just to go to work, and it was like like a farmland and stuff like that. Like that's what majority of gamers are, or not majority, but a lot of gamers are. I feel like so why I'm saying that is because I would I'm half black, I'm half Puerto Rican. I'm ethnic. I grew up in the hood, so I feel like I couldn't really like connect with those kind of people, even though because those are the people I would have to play with to get to the higher level and stuff like that. So that disconnect kind of prevented me a little bit from doing that.
And what do you think now though? Is it changing or is it still very much the same? Do you feel like? Because I don't know. I see a lot of professional athletes, and yes, a lot of them are white, but there's still a fair mix. Some Hispanics. Maybe for shooters, not as many. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see many black gamers for shooters, at least.
There's an uptick lately.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, Fortnite I feel like helped that out a lot. I feel like there was a lot of there was a couple of black streamers I can remember that came out of Fortnite, like professional level too, not even just like Daquan Myth and like Hamlin's, but like even the professional players. And Call of Duty has like they're getting actually.
Yeah, see, that's what I was kind of my mind was.
It was always like a sprinkle, a couple black players and stuff like that, but it was mostly like white and like Hispanics too. They're actually Hispanic gamers too.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, obviously Hispanic here. I seen Hispanic not that I ever had aspirations to be a pro gamer. Gaming has always just been a hobby of mine, a passion of mine. Not the best at shooters. I play all types of games. I do like shooters, but obviously not the best. So never had aspirations there. But at least like sports and stuff. Grow up playing FIFA like most Hispanics. Well, I won't say most Hispanics, but a lot of Hispanics. You have a lot of FIFA players that are Hispanic, so I've seen that. They went pro and all that. So different side of gaming, but yeah, there's definitely pro gamers that are white, Hispanic, black, but I think it just depends on the type of gaming. So like you said, shooters maybe predominantly white, but on the flip side, like sports, there's black gamers. I mean, Madden, probably a majority of them end up black professionals, like gamers. I mean,
Madden. I think like for black gamers, I feel like it's a lot of them are Madden or 2K.
yeah,
I think it depends. It's like a different niche. Like you also have like some who are very good at Super Smash Bros. Or like
that's true.
Tekken, like Mortal Kombat, and like the DBZ
The
or
fighters,
fighting games. It's like it's its own different niche. But I think it's like from my own experience, like I feel as if it's just I don't know. Like I think for the longest time, even y'all clown me for it. Like I was a sports game kind of guy only.
Typical gamer.
Yeah, like it's just like that's just what I enjoyed. Like if I wasn't. Because like I wasn't really a gamer like that. Like I was outside. I was an outdoor kid for a lot of it. Partially because like I could never really always like afford the latest gaming system. Like I mean, like I had a PS2 and like obviously gradually I was able to get it, but I wasn't able to get it on release. And I think it's just like because like I would spend a lot of that. My mom would like sign me up for sports or like put me in this camp, and just like there was an emphasis on me being outside more. Playing an instrument. Not to say that you can't do all these things and still be a gamer, because you very well can. And like I know a lot of people who do that, but there was just that emphasis for me. And whenever I was gaming, I'd want to play what I'm normally doing in real life, and 2K and Madden, and like, it's like eventually I don't know, like there's their own host of issues. It's like the same game over and over again, and I. Thankfully, being around some other quote unquote true gamers and being exposed to like
the real gamers,
Fortnite,
Yeah, our friend group
You
is a
know,
wide variety of gamers. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say.
definitely helped me expand my horizons a little bit, you know, like, and the fact that I wanted to be a streamer. Like, if I never got a PC, like, I'd probably still be playing 2K, playing the same thing over and over again. Like,
You'd be
now,
a normie still.
I
yeah.
haven't played 2K since 22. Like, it's been 2 years, and like, I'm not looking back. I'm not even that like damn pressed to like I gotta go back and start playing it. You know, it's just like, granted, I'm addicted to Valorant right now, and it's like a game that's really on the come up. But I feel as if as soon as I peak at like Immortal or something, like I'll be more comfortable trying like a Baldur's Gate 3 or trying How World or something. You know, it's just like expanding my horizons is like as I continue to grow. So I think it's just what you're exposed to and like the systems that you have and just being like, you know, I wish I was able to build my own PC when I was younger, because who knows where I'd be. Like maybe I could have had the potential to be a pro gamer, you know, because anything I do I think I'm really good at. So I think it's just about exposing younger kids to a diverse set of games and being able to try different things and being more accepting of it within the community. And I think it can go far, you know, like I'm good on Madden and 2K for now. Like eventually go back, maybe, but it's like I'm not too pressed about it right now, and I hope other fellow gamers could get out of that hole and just
Hey,
really realize there's a whole,
there's
there's
nothing
so much
wrong.
more fun out there. There's nothing wrong with it because
Nothing
like those
wrong
are
with
good
it.
games,
Yeah,
and
nothing
like
wrong
I'll
with it.
still cook your favorite 2K or Madden games if I got back into it. But
Yeah, I haven't been on the
you
sticks
know,
in years, and I'll still cook anyone in FIFA, including you, Edmund.
we'll see about that. But all I'm saying is just like, you know, it's good to explore your horizons and just see what's out there. Feel me?
Yeah, I was gonna mention we're all kind of on a different, we're all in a different space in the spectrum of gaming because, you know, like Edmund just explained to you guys, he's more new to gaming. He used to just play sports games primarily. I would say I'm more of like a single player kind of guy. I will play multiplayer games. I've dabbled with shooters and sports. Like I kind of all around. And Gio's more of the shooter gaming type. Um, so, and I'll vary in Delo. Like Gio and me probably gaming a lot sooner or younger than Edmund. Not to say we weren't outdoor kids. I know myself, I was still an outdoor kid. It just happened to be when I was indoors, I'd be playing games. So, kind of best of both worlds there. But I also wanted to mention that, you know, uh, GTA 6 is coming out in 2025, and I'm going to let you both know that y'all both are going to expand your horizons and play that game
That's true. We
because
definitely should.
GTA
At that
6
point,
is like any and every gamer should be playing that game. I'm just going to let you know right now. Like, if you identify as a gamer, you're playing GTA 6.
yeah, I feel
Going to
like
heist with the guys.
yeah, content wise, it's be endless. Like the what they'll have like available and stuff. Like we'll
I
definitely.
just think it's just too. It's gonna be a moment in gaming. Obviously, the trailer dropping a few months ago was already a huge thing. So it's like when the game actually comes out, yeah, no, it's gonna be fun.
The
So
graphics better be good though. It better not be chips. It better not like it better.
I heard the trailer. The graphics of the trailer were pretty crazy, and I heard that the graphics are gonna be, if not exactly that, pretty close to what we saw in the trailer. And imagine this game's coming out in next year, so there's
Mm.
still time to polish it up between now and then. So I actually think the graphics in this game are gonna probably be some of the best graphics we see. Not gonna say it's the best, but it's gonna be some of the best.
It'll be up there.
So yeah,
I wonder if they're gonna do like if they're gonna allow role playing though, like the RP, GTA RP, because I know they don't really
Oh,
like they do it like
all that shit's
the
modded right now. It's not part of the actual game.
no, yeah, exactly. They
yeah.
don't like GTA technically doesn't really support like they don't really like mod like
No, they're not. It's not coming out for PC when it releases. It's just on
the
console.
role playing.
Yeah, so you know, we're just gonna get the base game, but then I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, when we all get it on PC, it should be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of things.
Well,
added
you
to
better
it.
get on PC.
Well, no, because I'm saying the game initially will just come out on console.
Really?
So,
How
yeah,
long?
yeah. Listen, when
Yeah, I
GTA
guess you
4,
don't know.
when
Yeah.
GTA 4 came
Yeah.
out, it took maybe, I could be wrong, like 3, 4 years, maybe 2, but I think it was close to 3, 4 years
Damn.
before it got ported to PC. or
What about GTA
maybe a
5?
year or two. Actually, maybe a year or two. Sorry, GTA 5. I didn't mean GTA 4. GTA
Okay.
They'll be
5.
making a mistake if
Um,
they don't put it on PC
I
fast
think
enough.
because like it was so long ago. It was over a decade or about a decade ago. Where I
That's
remember
so crazy.
initially GTA 5 came out, right? And then it took them like a month or two, if I'm recalling correctly, to add the heists. And then it
No,
took
no,
like
no. The heist was like a little after. I feel like it took
like
them a month or
six
two to add
months.
online,
It was
and then
something like that. It was like a staggered release where like you got the story, then you got online, and
yeah,
then you got the heist. Like it was like
yeah.
all within like a year and a half. And then PC didn't come till like way down the road, like 2-3 years. I feel like I don't know. I gotta
Yeah.
look back, but
Because we were on the 360s on the
yeah, I mean we've come along.
PS3.
Yeah, it came PS3 360 era, so it could be different this time around, but I know they already said that this game is only coming out on consoles, PS5 and Xbox One, whatever consoles we're on, or what is it? Xbox One, right?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Nah,
I had no idea what the
it's the
Xbox was.
Xbox Series
Oh,
X.
Series
That's the
X, sorry.
newest
Okay.
one.
Sorry,
I had
guys.
no idea what it
Also-
was.
Nah, only reason why I know because I just talked to Available about it. Like he just
Yeah.
maybe like a couple days ago.
Let's
I
point
had
this
to ask
out.
that too. What's the newest Xbox?
Let's point this out. We're all PC gamers, by the way, just so there's no we're not hating on consoles. We all been there. We're just now PC gamers, PC
It's still
elitists.
PlayStation over Xbox, of course. But
Yeah.
we're just PC gamers right now.
Yeah. But so yeah, forgive me for not knowing Xbox's console, but it is just coming out on the new generation consoles. PC is yet to be announced, so I mean, how we're gonna play the game, I don't know yet, but I know we're all gonna be playing the game eventually, so that's all that matters. But that's enough on GTA 5. I also want to talk about streaming real quick before we wrap things up. Anything else to say on gaming or any thoughts on like? I feel like we didn't really talk about like gaming now, because I mean, gaming now is very different than gaming back then.
I mean, just in general, more women are getting into esports. That's good.
That's true. That's true. That's good. It's good to see.
I think right now with esports, like after COVID, everybody's taking a big hit. So a lot of teams were like selling players or disbanding or like, it's been pretty bad. So hopefully, esports can recover in general, and I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, and
I think,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think esports it has so much potential to grow, but I think it's mainly, I don't want to say a fad, but it feels as if like esports is probably one of those things that's going to die. I feel like they have to come up with the next integration.
Well, it won't die. It will never die.
It won't die, but it's like it's not as popular as it was because you'd rather be like making it more interactive or like being a fan in the stands, like it's like you're physically there. So I think like the next way would be probably integrating like VR and like having it, feel like Ready Player One. I don't know if y'all seen that movie or something like
Metaverse, you mean then?
Like Metaverse or like something like that, where
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the next wave to really like pick it back up and make it more its peak with COVID and stuff like that. So
Metaverse definitely would be next thing for sure.
And like I just think like right now it's like I don't know, it's like sometimes like if I wasn't playing some of these games, like I wonder, it's like, is that what I'm honestly, it's just me being an outlier or just me like, again, like I wasn't the biggest gamer and like it's not always where my interests align. Like I feel as if like I'm trying to put myself out there as I become more ingrained within the community from streaming and doing a lot of different things. So, and like trying to keep an open mind, but I think, I don't know, it's just making it more inclusive because like I think it was originally supposed to be a safe space for people who felt as if they didn't fit in the real world. And I think with the more integration of people who feel more comfortable in the real world, I think that sounds terrible. Like I sound like a hater, like saying like people online are just, which is not the case. Like, yeah, like that's like, it's not the case. Like there's like amazing people online. And like, I think some people like the negatives of gaming sometimes turn it away. And it's all because people feel hidden from who they are in real life.
I was gonna say we went a whole conversation about a whole 20 minutes without talking about gaming toxicity. You
The
definitely need
worst
to
part about gaming, and it's like it's so because people are so like
listen,
pretend
man.
like it's like I don't know. I think that was another thing going to the Valve thing and just seeing how these
Toxic everyone is.
that and like these big personalities and just how in the grand scheme of things they're just like I promise you if like you saw them walking down the street you would not recognize them, but like their online personas are so big, and which is good for them. And it's just like I'm someone who probably wants a bigger online persona, but it's I don't know. The more you see these regular people and like how toxic they are, it's like, you're low-key a dickhead, like if you weren't good at this game, like who are you? So it's just like,
Oh, see,
I don't
Edmund,
know.
you still it just shows me that you're still a baby in gaming. You gotta grow that thick skin. You can't let the toxicity get to you, bro. It's
It doesn't get to me. I just think it's just
if someone's gonna be
like
toxic to you, you just be toxic right back. Because at the end
it's
of the
just
day, it's
the
a game.
gall,
All right.
like
It's a
Well,
game,
I think
bro.
Edmund's saying is like this toxicity, but he's saying like in terms of like the streamers and stuff like that, there's like ego too now, where it's like
Oh, okay.
where
Yeah.
you think like like you're above everything. Like these are like micro celebrities. Like sure they get
Damn.
like well, I mean to have like 1,000 viewers concurrently is nice. Like that's gonna pay your bills, but you're not a celebrity though. Like you know
So
what I mean? Like
if you're saying like a gaming influencer or streamer is feeling like him, like feeling himself, you're just gonna humble him and be like, yeah, bro, you play video games for a living? Is that what you're trying
No,
trying to
I
trying
think
to
no,
humble
because
him
that's
that
still
way?
cool. Like I think that, but they got to be
Okay.
like. Go ahead. If you want to say something.
nah, like I mean, like I saw like some very big Val, like at TwitchCon, I saw some very big Val, and I was like, yo, it's nice to see, like this is who you are in person, And it's just like, you're still the same online person, like you're a nice person, and then there's some where I'm just like,
That's a different vibe.
you're,
Different
yeah,
vibe.
it's like you could just tell, like you're somebody who like I do not want to support. Or,
So you met
this is-
Shazam, right?
yeah, like Shazam, he was cool, or Tarek. Tarek is like somebody like I don't know if it's maybe because he was just like someone else like in a very big, but seeing him the way he interacts, it's like for the most part he seems like he's the same kind of guy in person as opposed to
Yeah, and I
you
think
know what
that
I'm
goes.
saying?
I feel like that goes with streaming though, because like again, like you're streaming for so long, you have to kind of be yourself. Like you'll provoke like yourself to come out. Like Tarek seems like a very genuine and cool guy. Like that's why I like watching him. But
Yeah, and like it's yeah, as
Right.
opposed to like other people who are like, if I interacted with you, it's just like we don't have the same interests, and I guess it's just finding about who you rock with, who you vibe with. And
Yeah.
it's just like, but I think that's like the whole point of like streaming is just like finding your community, I guess, and being able to expand as much as possible. So,
Yeah, this is good.
trying to
'cause
figure that out.
This is good because, as the guy who said, I don't really watch many streamers. I know the big ones, obviously. I'm aware of them. I'm not completely ignorant. And like I said, I'm new to the streaming through this podcast, but it's good to hear how you guys view things because I'll be honest, for me, it's just I never really had an appeal to streaming, like to watch someone night in or day out or whatever it is. Like I grew up on YouTubers and stuff. Similar concept, I understand that, but I don't know, streaming just to me always seemed like I don't know, it just wasn't for me, I guess, the platform or whatever it is. But now I'm starting to slowly get into it, so now I'm getting more new into it, and I definitely see the appeal. I get it, and I definitely agree. I think it is just you need to find that right streamer that you vibe with because otherwise, it's just not worth your time. So
Hopefully they're the same person. Like the chance of you interacting with them in real life is very slim.
yeah,
Hopefully, if you do, I just hope that this is who they truly are, and like I don't know. What is it? Never meet your idols, or never meet your.
yeah, never meet your idols.
Never meet your idols. But yeah, maybe Twitch should stop suggesting the shit it suggests me because that shit's wild content on Twitch.
You be getting the hot tubs.
Yeah, bro, and I don't even use this shit. The only time I go on is when we
They know you're a freak.
thing.
It's all good.
Algorithm shows, bro.
I don't understand, bro. The algorithm doesn't know me. I don't watch anything. The things I've seen are clips that you guys sent or like streamers you guys have
They know
sent.
what you're gonna come there for the hot
You know
tubs and the bikinis.
They know what's gonna make you stay, bro.
They
I
asked
know about you, bro.
they asked for my date of birth, my email, and they got all that data on me somehow. Like this is what this man wants.
You a freak, bro. You know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But anything else to add on streaming? I feel like that was a good
Uh,
little transition from gaming to streaming.
I'll
Follow
say,
us. Subscribe. Sorry. Go ahead, Chip.
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say for streaming, like you can pick, like if you want to be basically like not even like a sellout or anything. It's just more of like a sensationalist. Like if you want to be like, like doing e-dates, or if you want to do like IRLs, or you want to be like that goofy person, like you can do that on streaming and stuff like that. Or probably Kick's probably better that for that now than Twitch. But I do think there's like people that stream that you're not trying to be specifically like super famous, but you do want obviously to make money off this. And you have your community, and you have like there's Call of Duty streamers that obviously they just play Call of Duty, but they only have like maybe 1,000 concurrent viewers and stuff like that. But the subs and stuff are enough in their communities. They gift a lot and stuff. It's enough to make money off of it and like have a living and shit like that. And say hi to your cat for me. He's chilling in the back.
He's
Shout out to Yami.
Yeah,
chilling.
shout out to Yummy.
He'll just be there in the background. But no, yeah, that was another thing. I'm not even familiar. Like I know Kick. I know it's another streaming platform. I know people have moved over there. I know Aiden Ross, all them. But I don't even have a Kick account. I can't even tell you. To me, it's just like Twitch is always just. I know YouTube too is another. You can go live on YouTube, but I guess I'm just not ingrained in streaming culture, streaming life enough to know the differences really. Why one platform over the other? Why people are on, So that's still something I want to learn.
Kick is a little more like open and like less. They're not gonna ban you for as many things as Twitch would.
Okay.
That's why like you see more edgy people on Kick and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Edge is a good way to put it.
Cool.
Like,
All right, it's good to know. Yeah, I mean, this is informative for me too because, like I said, I'm oblivious. But anything else to add? Because I feel like I'm learning a lot here.
Yeah, streaming world's cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely I see the appeal now. I'm getting more into it. I'm still not maybe watching streams, but I feel like I see like TikTok content and stuff from streams. So like I'm at least getting that side of it now, where it's like I might not tune into the live stream because I don't have time, honestly. But if I'm scrolling on my TikTok or Instagram, I'll see someone's live stream, someone's post or something. So it's kind of cool and seeing different streamers. But oh yeah, is that all we have for streaming and gaming? I feel like it was pretty fun. That's something we all are pretty passionate about. So it's nice to talk about that.
I think it's just I don't know. It's hard because I'm in a position where am I streaming because I want this to be a way for me to interact with people, which is I think what I told myself when I was getting into it, and then at the same time it's like the struggle of making your passion something that you want to be a little bit lucrative as well. And like I don't know, I feel like there are things that I could do to make it where it's just like subscriber only, like all this stuff, and like be able to get more subs and focus on streaming for the subs.
Yeah.
And like all doing the little things, which is like there's nothing wrong with it, because you want to grow, you want to get that part of it. But then it's just like I don't know, it just feels weird because like majority of the people are people either I know or people that I actually enjoy having them and interacting with them and like learning about their lives and I don't know, loving the community we have and supporting my own growth. And like I feel like people who have watched me when I started streaming 2 years ago, they've seen me grow, they've seen me through highs and lows and where I am, and like I actually genuinely enjoy that. So but at some point where is it like become more of like wanting it to be lucrative and doing all these things, and I feel like it's exploiting those genuine relationships that I want to cultivate. It's just like where is the balance? And it's just I don't know. And you could tell there's some people who do that, who just get on stream for that. I don't know. And I feel as if there's even pressures from like outside, like, oh, like, are you making money from this? Like, why do you commit an additional 10, 15 hours a week doing it and making it more socially acceptable, I guess. So
No, yeah, I think we're at a point where younger generations and still us. We're getting older, but still us. We're still young. We get it. People understand it. At work, I hear people talk about, Kai and all these famous streamers and stuff, and it kind of blew me back to think like I know like some of my coworkers, around my age, they still play video games and stuff. It doesn't come up all the time because we're in a professional setting, but it's been mentioned where like, oh yeah, they play games or they watch streams. We're all from the same generation, so it only makes sense.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what really opened my eyes. Like, oh yeah, wow, this is like you forget sometimes like other people are doing the same things you're doing. We're all around the same age, so it's like you realize that this is a part of the culture now. It is a big thing. Gaming always had that stigma growing up for us at least, but I feel like we're at a place now where it's cool to be a gamer. It's cool to be a streamer. It's cool to be an influencer. Like,
Yeah.
So at least that's why I know I'm comfortable with saying, I play games. I don't think it's a child's activity. There's hundreds and thousands of adult gamers that are older than us.
It's an escape.
Yeah, it's a nice way to escape from your day to day. I still take care of business at the end of the day, and I do what I have to do, but I have no shame in saying I play games because it's an escape. Like you said, it's a way to distract myself from what's going on in the real world. So I still work out, I still do all that stuff. So it's just another thing and like Edmund said, if you want to stream and build a community, whether it's just to exploit those connections you make, that community you make, or just another form of an escape or distraction, it's cool too. Like, it's fun. So I guess that's where I'm starting to realize, like, that's where streaming has those benefits. Like, obviously, to make it more lucrative, to make money off it, to make it your lifestyle, your the breadwinner, that's always cool too. But there's many perks to it. So I think it's, and I've noticed that too. It dawned on me too, Edmund, that you said you were streaming for 2 years. Like, you could probably see your growth over the last 2 years too. If you go back to your live streams, you could see like your growth as in like you as a person. Like, if you went back to one of your early live streams compared to now, like, you'll see how much of a different place you were, not only physically but like everything else. Because 2 years ago you were still here in Boston, now you're not.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like a cool way to kind of track your progress in life. So I don't know how long the streaming thing will continue, but kind of cool to think about in the future. You have those logs. You too, Gio, because you've been streaming for a while too. So
Gio's been streaming for even longer than me.
So for me, like, I don't see myself not streaming because it's just for like the reason why I stream is like the way I see is like I'm playing video games or I'm doing something, and if you want to chill with me, then you're chilling with me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you mean. Like, there's points where you feel like you could be more engaging or more, but then it feels like almost fake and phony. Like, to be like, wow, like, dude, did you guys see that? Like, to do all that, it just doesn't feel like that's you. And
what if that's some people's genuine reactions though?
Yeah, and that's why they probably blow up. But I feel like for me and Edmund, I feel like for me and Edmund, it's more like we are. We talk to people in real life, like we know how to be, talk to people and stuff. So it's just we're chilling, and I feel like we have the added benefit of we don't have to just be streamers. Like, we can do content on other things and stuff like that from other ways and have other forms of content. To where like streaming for us is like well, the way I see it is like it's a time to not chill, but like. It shouldn't be too high maintenance while you're streaming. Like, it should just be like, I'm live. You want to talk to me? If not, I'm gonna
just vibes.
And unfortunately, you can't grow that way, or like you can, but it's a lot harder. So it's
exactly. It's harder.
So it's like you want to like try to find the balance of like playing the game and like, doing things for engagement. But like, if I'm using streaming as a tool to like have some fulfillment in my life and just I don't know, it's so hard being able to balance the two, where it's becoming a chore at one point of like having to post content all the time and just having to do all these other little things and just be engaging. Like, sometimes I just want to chill, and like that's not always entertaining. It's just like being a chill gamer is, I don't want to say hard, but it's just like it's hard to be entertaining as a chill gamer. But I would love to interact with as many people as possible and like have the leeway of being inconsistent sometimes. But at the same time, I know if I want to grow and become a bigger streamer, that's not the formula that's gonna work. So it's something I have to figure out, something I'm constantly working on and definitely having to put more effort in. So but I get what Gio's saying and I feel him fully.
Just vibes. I
Uh,
mean, I feel like that's. Oh, you can go, Gio. Sorry.
nah, talk if you want.
No, I was
It's
gonna
all
say
good.
it's just vibes. I was just it's no different than this podcast. I mean, obviously we're
Mhm.
not professional podcasters. We could be doing a lot better job, but hey, I feel like this is something I look forward to every week. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it in the moment, and like you said, we are constantly working on it. So we'll see what it grows into. But I think that applies to any streamer out there that's I feel like they just got. It's like finding your voice in a sense. It's just it
Mm.
doesn't happen overnight. But
Yeah,
I
I
know
think
it.
that's
I
true.
I know what Geomon means. Like it's just I like to just vibe on this podcast too. I don't take it like overly serious. Because I don't consider this like my main job or anything. But I still take it serious because I want it to maybe grow into something, and I'm just enjoying it in the time being. So. I don't know. Yeah, just vibes. But I know what you mean too, Edmund. I know what you mean. Like there's a part of it where it's like if you see yourself in a certain level, it's like you have to do certain things to achieve that. So
Yeah, I
I
think
see it both
I feel
ways.
like you have to do your part for sure. Like I have a stream schedule now and I abide by it by the days. Maybe like I'm off a little bit, like 30 minutes or something like that. And some days I don't want to stream, but it's like you do have to do your part and you have to like give back. Like if you want because basically what it is like you want people to everybody gets 24 hours in a day, everybody has work and stuff like that, but when they have their free time, when they have their time for leisure and they're like they want to escape and stuff like that, like you want them to pick you. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I think obviously you do want to be engaging, but I think more of it is like being able to show more personality, like really show who you are. Like you don't have to be like super energetic and super like whatever, but I feel like trying to figure out and convey like what you want to show people is also part of it too. Like, and that comes with I guess the marketing and um, making sure you do your clips and making sure you do your like just yeah the back end stuff. Because I feel like if you can be a chill streamer and you can do that, but you do have to do the marketing and you have to do the stuff to get your name out there from
It's
other
all a part of being a streamer.
yeah
Like I get that and like
yeah.
I've definitely am bought in and I do some of that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
overall I think I just question like because I did this to see like what makes me truly happy and I don't know. I guess when I start realizing that this ain't it, who knows where I'll go. So
But what do you mean
Hey,
this ain't it? Like in terms of like streaming, trying to make it like your income or just streaming in general? Like,
streaming in general, I think I've come to the realization that my 9 to 5 is probably it will be more lucrative than anything I could do streaming wise, unless I don't know, like that one clip blows up or something, for sure. But and I'm okay with that, just because I think this goes into a whole different conversation of why you chose what your 9 to 5 is, and like the positions you put yourself in. But I think for me, when I was selecting my career, it was more of like a what can I do that I won't hate myself for the next 20 years until I retire, you know? And it's like something that I found that like I'm really good at what I do at my job. And I think if I'm going to be in this career, I'm going to shoot for the top and it's something that I could very well get to, you know? Like I know I have the skills and the potential to get there, but am I going to love it, like endlessly love it where it's at the point where I don't want to take a break from it. I don't want to take a vacation from it. You
you're
know,
saying your main job, like this
my
main
main
job?
job now,
Okay.
yeah, as an administrator, within healthcare. I think like it's something that I excel at. Like I know how to flip the switch on, use the jargon, do the different things, like succeed in that role and do a very amazing job. Um, but I think streaming has been an escape for me to where like I enjoyed gaming. I enjoy gaming and talking to my friends, and I want to meet more people. And I think I don't know if streaming has taken away from it because of all the extra stuff, but I still enjoy that aspect of it. And whether it's just like people not accepting gaming within my life or just in general of like how I feel like even myself being able to put in the time that it takes and being the best that I can be has made me look at life differently and like wanting to pursue different things. But streaming is like I'm not necessarily stuck to gaming, you know? I think I could start doing cooking streams or IRL streams. So we'll see where I my evolution takes place and hopefully I'm not handicapped to one thing. And
Hey, you became a podcaster, so this year. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Hey.
we're building the steps. Like you stream podcasts, and then there's like we'll eventually find other outlets where I feel like people will notice, and then you'll get that satisfaction or like that confirmation that you can do these things. Like you don't have to necessarily like be worried about not making it or stuff like that. Where 'cause I feel like what you're saying, Eddie, is like you already have a job, you already have this like, and it's not enticing you enough to like switch on like just to completely like switch over and try to be a full-time streamer or something like that, or try to be like a content creator. Like it's not enticing you that much in terms
I
of
think I have long-term security to survive in this life of mine, whatever my life goes. Um, but I think I've been surviving for too long, and I want to start living. So I want to see what that looks like. And I think gaming has been a step in the right direction, and streaming as well. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and I hope people stick around with this podcast, even though we got deep as hell. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it kind of went deep there at the end, but I think it's interesting. I just kind of want to wrap things up by saying, whatever ends up happening with this, to me, it's like, at least I get enjoyment out of it, like I said, in the moment. And knowing kind of in the back of my head that, this is a different skill from what I do on my day-to-day in my regular job. So, I kind of told you guys this, and this is new to the audience, but coming into this, it's like my job, my career, it is what it is. I do my best in that role. I do my best to be successful and move on, but I also am just looking for something like a passion of mine. And, I'm doing the podcasting thinking, let's try new things. Let's see what passions I can explore. And, jury's still out. We're still very new to this. I am enjoying it, but, we move and we continue and we grow. But I guess the main point I want to say is like, to me, I know at the very least in the back of my head, it's like, this is a new skill set that I'm getting back of my head, like new experience. And hey, you never know. Maybe one day, like you said, you find an avenue to maybe marry some things that you're doing, streaming. And if you can somehow tie healthcare administrative work into that admin, that it'd be a crazy, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, these are just new skills and new experiences we're having.
Two different worlds, bro.
It's two different worlds,
with
but
HIPAA and stuff. Like you can't.
you never know. You never
I
know.
very well could be like how like it's just like I don't know. Like
Be
there's
different.
There's still some not safe for work stuff that I do on stream that I don't want to combine that with my
exactly
work
like
life. It's
That's
just
fair.
Like,
That's
like if I wanted to smoke like right here, like I could do it, because people don't really know my full government and stuff. For those who do, I don't think they'll expose me like that.
I will. I will.
Get
I'll
done.
expose you.
All right. Anyways, move on. Go ahead.
I know.
But I'm
I know
saying,
where.
like,
I know where you
I
work,
can't-
Edmund.
Like I can't drink half a bottle like on the clock. Like with streaming, I could.
Okay, maybe I went to an extreme example of healthcare and street, but I guess like the point I'm trying to make is like I just think back to like this is a random example, but because I learned about it recently. Like the guy who made GameStop stock went like crazy or whatever. That was initially off like a stream that he did. The dude worked in the finance industry, like he worked in real world finance, and he was streaming, talking about stocks. And to me, and now the man's a millionaire. Like, they tried to come after him because of everything he did. They said he was tampering. He beat his case. He got his millions. He's just chilling now. with his family.
Yeah, he didn't manipulate society. It was Reddit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
he just put
it's
it
not
out
his
there. He
fault.
just put it out there,
Yeah.
but they try to claim it was market manipulation. But anyway, that example is just to say, like, you never know. You never know where life takes you. I think we should just enjoy these experiences, these moments, these times, these skills we're getting, and we move from there. Like,
But the main thing is that we're trying stuff and we're like experiencing things, like, because I feel like you definitely need to experience things to learn about yourself. Like,
yeah,
you know, you wouldn't know how you are on stream until you stream. Like, you don't know how you are interacting with people until you stream and stuff, because it is a different landscape, like, than talking to somebody in person and stuff.
like you said, Edmund, you may turn into a cooking streamer, an IRL streamer. Right now, you're primarily gaming and podcasting. So, same could be said for me and Gio. Who knows where we end up in a year or two's time, you know? So, or who knows what this podcast evolves to. So, it's just fun, you know? We're just vibing. I feel like we're just vibing. Yeah. So,
and for me, like, I don't have like that, you know, that job that I guess you got that, but I'm very glad that you guys, you know, decided to podcast with me and stuff like that, because it's something like I can add to. Because for me, I feel like, you know, I'll stream, I'll podcast, and I feel like mostly I want to do like things that interest me that day and that month or something like that. Like, I want to be creative and I want to post things on IG and, like, you know, show who I am, but I don't want, well, at least I don't know exactly what it is that I can do to, like, contribute to the world. But this podcast and stuff like that definitely helps.
Do what makes you happy. That's the moral of the story. We're going on 2 hours here, so I'm going to wrap it up. This was very long. This was very insightful.
I don't know.
This was a
keep it
great
going.
chat.
We've been going longer and longer.
We
are going longer and longer. I'm glad for anyone who still stayed around at this point, if anyone is still there. But
if anybody has any questions in the chat or anything,
you know, we're just going to wrap up this week's episode. You guys can stay along for after hours or whatever, but yeah, we'll be back. Just to wrap things up, we'll be back next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, as always, live on Twitch.